industry, we like to say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of chlorine. But really what we're saying is routine maintenance and getting on a schedule with your pool will stop you from having a lot of problems as you move throughout the summer. You want to avoid algae and cloudy water and all those sorts of things. And being on a routine or on a system of pool care will help you do that. So BioGuard has created a program that it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-step care system that if you follow these steps, you are well on your way to having a clean and clear pool. Step number 1 is always sanitize the pool to kill bacteria. Step number 2 is to oxidize to help keep your water clear. Sometimes that's also called shocking your pool. And step number 3 is preventing algae. Now you can do this in a lot of different ways. We're going to talk a little bit about what the options are, whether it's chlorine or salt or some other options that you have. But the key is to get on a schedule, to follow the system, and if you're routinely doing what you're supposed to do to take care of your pool, you eliminate a lot of problems. Let's look at the different steps and really what they accomplish in a pool. Step 1 is sanitizing, and we need to look at why is step 1 important. It's probably the most important step in your pool care program. The point of sanitizing the pool is to kill bacteria and algae, and we're doing that so that we can protect our swimmers from disease, keep them healthy, keep them safely swimming in the water, and we're keeping that water clean and clear. So in your pool, your sanitizer residual should always be between 1 and 4 parts per million. There's a couple different ways we can accomplish that. We're going to take a look at that. The importance of step 1 is to kill bacteria, and the premium BioGuard product to do that is our SilkGuard Complete sticks or tabs. So these sticks and tabs, you can choose which version of the product that you want, but they're ideal for use in any feeder, floater, or skimmer application. So you can pretty much use them anywhere you like in order to sanitize the pool. So there's some really cool things about these tabs. First of all, they sanitize, right? Because they have chlorine in them and they will kill bacteria. But in addition to that, they also contain SilkGuard technology. And what SilkGuard technology does is it actually softens the water in the pool. So you can feel a difference on your skin and in your hair after swimming in a pool that has SilkGuard technology added to it. In addition, SilkGuard technology also helps protect equipment, keep scale from building up, and basically just adds another layer of protection to your pool. In addition, our SilkGuard Complete products contain SmartGuard technology. And what SmartGuard technology does is it helps them last longer in the swimming pool. So you don't have to add them as often. You can maintain your pool a little less as far as how many times a week you might have to touch it, but that SmartGuard technology will help them last longer in your pool. So not only are we sanitizing, we're actually softening the water, we're protecting equipment, we're making the sticks or tablets last longer, and we have some algae prevention blended into the SilkGuard Complete product also. So it's a good all-around, all-purpose, premium sanitizer product for you to be adding to the pool. In addition, we offer it in both tabs and stick technology. Now, tabs sometimes are the best shape to be putting in feeders and floaters, etc., but the stick technology actually lasts even longer than a tab does. So depending on what you're looking for, if you want the longest lasting version of SilkGuard Complete, you would want the stick, but if you're just trying to fill a particular feeder or floater, you might choose the tab instead. Either way, the formula is the same. You get all the benefits of SilkGuard and SmartGuard technology, regardless of if you're using sticks or tabs. Step 1 of your pool care program is sanitizing, but step 2 is shocking your pool or oxidizing your pool. And we need to take a minute to talk about why step 2 is important. A lot of times people will get a little bit confused and say, I'm already putting chlorine in my pool, so why would I need to put more chlorine in my pool in order to shock or oxidize the pool? And it's a little bit of a different situation. Shocking the pool goes in and it removes contaminants. It can remove combined chlorine or chloramines that form while your chlorine is doing its job, but it helps keep the water clear. So an analogy I like to use is where I grew up, we had to burn our garbage. We didn't have trash pickup, and I had a lot of brothers and sisters, so we had to burn our garbage. And burning the garbage every day, because there was a lot of garbage, was kind of like sanitizing your pool. It's something that you do all the time in order to keep garbage from building up and keep you from getting sick, keep disease from occurring and bad smells, etc., etc. So burning the garbage every day is like sanitizing your pool constantly. You're constantly feeding in sticks or tabs or some source of chlorine in order to kill bacteria. Now, if anybody has ever relied on burning your garbage to get rid of it, you know that once you're done burning the garbage, what gets left behind? Ashes, right? And if you don't do anything with the ashes that get left behind, eventually they build up to the point where they cause their own set of problems, and they look bad and they smell bad, and they can cause, problems with disease, etc. So oxidizing the pool is like sweeping up the ashes. It's not something you do every day. We do it once a week in swimming pools. But it goes in behind your sanitizer and finishes cleaning up what the sanitizer is busy doing all the time. So it goes in, it chemically changes the way contaminants are existing in the pool, and it lets you remove them either through the filter or through gassing off or through any other number of ways that you can get contaminants out of the pool. So sanitizing happens all the time. Oxidizing happens periodically. We say once a week is ideal for oxidizing, to go in and just finish the cleanup process from what sanitizing is doing, helps keep your water clear, and helps prevent problems before they get started in the pool. So the premium product used to shock the pool or oxidize the pool is our BioGuard Smart Shock. And our BioGuard Smart Shock has a lot of cool features to it. It does oxidize the pool, so it sweeps up the ashes like we talked about. It also contains a clarifier to help keep the water clear, a buffer so it doesn't mess with your pH too much when you put it in there. We blended in a little bit of an algae killing crystal to give you just a little bit of an extra boost to preventing algae from occurring in the pool. But one of the coolest features of this product is the fact that you can shock and swim in as soon as 15 minutes. So anybody that has kids at home that are wanting to get in the pool, you know that if you put in some of the other shocks that are out there, your pool might have to be closed down for up to 12 to 24 hours, depending on how high your chlorine level goes and how long it takes to come back down to a safe level for swimming. So with Smart Shock, you put it in, it does its job, it oxidizes what it needs to, it removes the contaminants, and you can swim in as soon as 15 minutes. So it's very simple to do, very simple to add, it dissolves very quickly, and your kids can get right back in the pool and start swimming very quickly. So step number 2, Smart Shock is the premium product in order to shock your pool and help keep it clean and clear. Step 3 in the 3-step system is preventing algae. And the importance of step 3 is algae is constantly being introduced into the pool environment. It comes in via the rain, wind, runoff. There's a lot of different ways that algae spores get introduced into the pool water. So routine application of an algicide will help prevent algae growth before it becomes a problem, before it turns your pool green, before it becomes what we call an algae bloom. Algae bloom is one of the things customers are most afraid of happening in their pool. You ask, a new homeowner or a new pool owner, what are you worried about with your pool? I don't want it to turn green. And that's one of the things that they focus on the most of being afraid of is algae growing in the pool. So step 3 becomes a very important part of meeting the customer's expectations. A couple of things about algicide that we lose track of sometimes is when you're adding an algicide, most of them start with an initial dose, and then you're following up with a weekly dose. So you want to make sure you hit that initial dose in the beginning. That's so that you make sure you establish a bank of algicide that you can pull from. So you use that initial dose in the beginning, and then you transition to a weekly dose in order to just keep topping up the levels and make sure you're doing your best to prevent algae from growing. If for some reason you do have an algae issue and algae starts to grow, then you would need to reestablish or reapply your initial dose once that problem has been solved before you go back to your weekly dose of algicide. So let's take a look at BioGuard's premium algicide. BioGuard offers a couple of different options for step 3, preventing algae. Our best and most technologically advanced algicide is our Algae Complete. It's the strongest algicide we have. It's a combination of algae killing technologies from a couple of different types of algicides. So it takes all the good things from Banish and all the good things from Backup and puts it in the same bottle and makes our most complete, our most effective algicide. But we have some other options also. Backup 2 has been a tried and true algae preventative for a lot of years with the BioGuard brand, and it still works great. Now it can foam a little bit, so it's not something you want to use if you have an attached spa or a water feature or anything along those lines, But as far as a weekly maintenance, weekly algae preventative, Backup 2 still works great in order to prevent a problem from happening. Now, Banish is kind of known as a troubleshooting algicide, one that can take care of problems. It can be used as maintenance, but for the most part, it is being used as a treatment. You've already got an algae problem, your pool's turned green, add some Banish, it'll take care of it. And you can certainly still use Banish that way. But Algae Complete can be used for both. Algae Complete is labeled as a weekly maintenance product, so you add smaller amounts every week to keep algae from occurring. And then if something happens, for some reason your pool does turn green, you do have an algae problem, Algae Complete is also the best option we have for treatment. So it's a good all-purpose, multi-purpose algicide. But any of these three products will meet the need to take care of step 3 in swimming pools, which is preventing algae.